Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the president of Baruch College, Dr. S. David Wu.
Oh, thank you. And good evening. I'm David Wu. I'm the president of Baruch College, and I want to extend my warmest welcome for all of you here tonight. Well, isn't this a big crowd? And it's my honor to open the 2023 Bernard Baruch Dinner. And it is wonderful to have so many alumni, friends, and supporters of Baruch come together in this very special evening. And we have a record-breaking 500 guests here. And many more that's tuning in from around the world. So you're being recorded. Now, thank you so much for joining us for the celebration here tonight. And I'm thrilled to share with you another great year of highlights and accomplishments at Baruch. And I'm going to introduce some very special guests who are with us here tonight. As you may recall, at this time last year, the world has just begun to re-emerge after the pandemic, and the Baruch community was eager to return on campus. And in fact, the 2022, last year's Bernard Baruch Dinner was the first major in-person event that we held in 2 years. And it was a record-breaking dinner in terms of people attending and the money raised. And I have a feeling we're going to break that record tonight. Now, I'm going to do a little show and tell as I give you my updates. Okay. Now, as you can see from the image on the screen around the ballroom, it took no time for our campus to roll back to life, and once the pandemic restriction eased. For our community, especially the students, the remote era made us appreciate the in-person interactions and connections even more, and so we held many more of them. And among them, what you see on the screen is our Spring Festival, and the Fall Festival on the Clifton Field Plaza. And we have special annual events like the 17 Lex Society Reception, the 20th year's anniversary of FWA, and this is the Financial Women's Association, and our inaugural Changemaker Dinner to celebrate high-impact alumni achievements. And we resume our vibrant student activities such as a Bearcat on the ice. And this picture is actually taken with the student while we are on the ice. And this is the annual event at the Rockefeller Center Ice Rink. And we also have our students, when they're not playing, they also go and we have a student advocate group to go to the state capitol to advocate for support in Albany. And this is just to show you a few vibrant campus activities over the past couple months. And we're also kicking off several milestone events for the college. And for example, we have started the college strategic planning process that involving the entire Baruch community. And so as you can see, this is a summit that we had early in the year with the faculty and staff and some of the students all get together and to plan for our future. And we have started the Baruch Business Academy, and this is a partnership with the Borough of Manhattan Community College. And we have, in order to address some of the food insecurity for our students, we have launched the Bearcat Food Pantry, and which was followed by the food drive hosted by our public safety team. And we have a Suit for Success event by the Star Career Development Center, for those of you who don't know what that is. And we have many of the formal wear that donated by alumni, and that if a student wants to go to a formal event or go to an interview, they can come in and get their formal wear in, for almost free. And also to make an impact on mitigating climate change, we have hosted the United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, during the UN Week right on campus. And later, we also started our own climate summit right on campus. So these are, many different things that's on campus. Just to get you a feel, I'm sure many of you have not been back on campus for quite some time, or for some of you, even the first time learn about Baruch. And now I'm going to share some more information. Now this is about Baruch's national renown. And those of you who are here, I'm sure you know about the Baruch name. That has been really strengthening every day, not only here in New York City, but really around the country. And so we have seen this national renown continue to grow, and with our absolute focus on excellence, access, and outcomes. And the Baruch College consistently earned outstanding national recognitions, and most recently, the Wall Street Journal and the Times Higher Ed ranked Baruch #2 in the United States for best value. And at the same time, the US News and World Report ranked our MBA and our MPA program #1 among public institutions in New York City. And Baruch's financial engineering program, where many of you are affiliated with, is ranked #1 in the US and this year, #1 in the world. Now, you may have heard most of this. But I'm going to share with you a newly released New York Times interactive college rankings. And this online tool, what they do is they look at these key indicators people use when they select a college, including things like academics, cost of attendance, earning after graduation, diversity, campus safety, athletics, and so on. Now, when you put emphasis on all these factors equally, in other words, you take every single box, Baruch is ranked #1 among all colleges in the Northeast. But that's not the end of it. Now, if you use two criteria that most prospective students and recent graduates said they care the most about, so this is cost of attendance and earning after graduation, Baruch is ranked #4 in the entire country. Now, as you can see, we are in very good company with Princeton, MIT, and Stanford on the top 3. Of course, you have to take into account financial aid in order for them to be ranked with Baruch. So anyway, because of this reputation of excellence and value, Baruch's enrollment has been growing substantially even during the pandemic, and running counter to both regional and national trends. And there is immense value to our society when more people, regardless of their background, have access to an excellent education. And accessibility results in one of our greatest assets, the incredible diversity of our student population. And they represent all socioeconomic classes and they come from 155 countries and speak more than 100 languages. And this brings me back to why we are here tonight. And such resounding national endorsement is a tribute to the entire Baruch community. First, to our hardworking and striving students. They make us great. Our world-class faculty and staff, and our generous supporters and friends. Without you, none of this is possible. And we greatly appreciate your enduring commitment. You have truly made a difference. And you helped create a national model for excellence, access, and outcomes. I would now like to introduce a few very special guests this evening and share another New York Times recognition. Now, in January, we burst into Bearcat pride when our volleyball team was featured on the cover of the Times. Now, owing to a certain newsmaker who pretended to be a Baruch graduate and a star volleyball player. Now, members of our volleyball team are here tonight. I would like them to stand up. And I'm going to read off some of the shout-outs from the New York Times. In quote, Baruch's players represent the quaint ideal of the student athlete. Quote, the team sported a 3.42 grade point average last spring. And in off-season, many of them intern at finance or real estate firms, and some spend a semester studying abroad. And the players represent Baruch's signature diversity, hailing from Guyana, China, Serbia, Japan, Albania, Colorado, Queens, and Brooklyn. I would also like to congratulate the players on their third straight year of championship in the CUNY Athletic Conference. And thank you for joining us tonight for exemplifying the can-do determination that is Baruch College. And tonight we're recognizing the outstanding accomplishments of two luminary honorees who I would like to briefly introduce. Now, I would like to ask that Eric M. Kirsch, a 1984 alum with a proud Baruch bachelor's in business administration degree, please stand up to be recognized. Now, Eric is recently retired as president of Aflac Global Investment, and that explains the duck on your seat. And he is Aflac's EVP and Global Chief Investment Officer. And he has also served as a Baruch College Fund, or BCF, trustee for the past 9 years. And we are fortunate that Eric has brought his considerable expertise in finance to the BCF's investment committee, which he has chaired since 2017. And we look forward to learning more about Eric's accomplishments and hearing from him directly a little bit later tonight. Now, I would like to ask Dan Stefanica to stand up. Now, I don't think I will be exaggerating to say that Dan is a legendary professor in the Department of Mathematics in the George and Mildred Weissman School of Arts and Sciences, and co-director of Baruch's Master in Financial Engineering, or MFE program. And tonight, he is being presented with the Distinguished Faculty Award. Dan, who co-founded Baruch's internationally renowned MFE program in 2002, and has led a program to unprecedented success. And as I mentioned earlier, the program is consistently ranked #1 in the US, and this year is ranked #1 in the world. And what makes the program great are also their graduates. MFE graduates are highly regarded among employers. In fact, 100% of our MSc students received internships and jobs at top firms last year. 100%. And our MFE students has also had unprecedented success in the global competitions, placing first in the legendary Rodman International Trading Competition in the past 4 years. From 2020 to 2023, they are #1. Among many prior years, I cannot read all of them, it's too long, that they were #1 in the competition, and against places like MIT, Princeton, and other places I mentioned. Now, here is a proof point of Dan's success. Are the members of this year's winning MFE team. Would you please stand up and to be recognized? Thank you. Thank you for being here. And on this triumphant note, I would like to thank all of you again for your enduring support. And like all of you, I'm looking forward to the rest of this evening's festivities. Thank you very much and have a great evening.
Please welcome to the stage the president of the Baruch College Fund, Helen Mills.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, President Wu. President Wu works every day. He works weekends. He works whenever he has to. He is a great leader, and we saw many of the results of his leadership. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We are thrilled. This is a very special dinner. This dinner is always special, but it's particularly special because we are over 500 strong. So let's give ourselves a hand. There are lots of alumni here. You have seen some of them, and they've stood up. But there are others that haven't stood up. They're very special. They're very important to this community. We have given them pins, which someone told me the magnets fell off and they didn't wear them. I don't know, but anyway, whoever can find their pin, put it on, hold it up, and could you please stand up right now? We want to see who you are. Don't be shy, stand up. Whoa. Thank you so much. We are deeply grateful to you. It's because of you that we're so proud. You go out into the world and you do all of these great things. And then you bring those great things back to Baruch to support our current students. It's a wonderful cycle. Thank you for being part of it. So President Wu told you about Eric and Dan. there couldn't be more outstanding members of this community to honor. We are so pleased, and they're part of our community. President Wu gave you lots of details about them. You're going to hear more later on in the evening, but suffice it to say that we are very, very happy to have them as our honorees. Where are Eric and Dan's tables? Okay, great. So I want to welcome family and your dear friends. And Dan, where are you? I can't, there you are. And welcome. We're so happy to have the family and the friends of you. It's the family and the friends that help support you as you do this work for Baruch. And it's the family and friends who are so proud of you, just as we are. Thank you so much for giving them the time, their most precious time, which is sometimes their free time. In the case of Dan, it's his work time, but I know it's his free time too. So thank you and welcome, and we're proud right along with you. Last year, we had a record-setting dinner, and this year, and Buzzy, who was honoree last year, is right here. We're hoping this year for the same. We're at $1.5 million. That is pretty phenomenal. It's thanks to all of you who have made those contributions. We are looking for you to dig deeper tonight. We want to get to our record again, and we're challenging ourselves every year to go for it, exceed it, because we know that that money goes right back to students. And we saw all the alumni who benefited from it, and there are students here tonight who are benefiting from it now. Earlier today, I was at an event in Baruch, at Baruch, and the students are so amazing. Go on campus, see our students, go to our volleyball games, go to our gallery, just be there and enjoy the students. That's what we're working for. This group of people in this hall work to unlock the great potential of our students. They're smart, they're driven, and they aim to succeed. With your help, they can do that. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being a part of this very, very special community. With your help, we are in the life-changing business. And with your help, not only do we change the lives of our students, but through our students, we help build New York, and in fact, we help build the world. This is a mission. Join our mission, and let's help our students be great successes. Thank you so much.
Please welcome to the stage Brian Resnick, Baruch MFE alum and a senior investment strategist with the private credit team at Alliance Bernstein.
Great, thanks everybody. I'm so excited and thrilled to be here. As an alum of the MSFE program, it's a real honor to be part of tonight's evening. They mentioned that I was an investment strategist, but in addition to that, I'm a magician. And we thought we'd have a lot of fun tonight and do something, a magic trick as it were, for everyone in the room. I will say this much. I'm gonna call on a couple of people to participate individually, and I promise no one's gonna be embarrassed. It's not gonna be silly, it'll just be fun. So what I ask is that you just sort of go with it as it were. So I'm gonna start with you, sir. Would you mind coming and joining me on stage? And while you walk, everyone's gonna give you a big round of applause, okay? Great, thank you. Please come up this way. What's your name? Kwame? Yeah. Nice to meet you, Kwame. Can you do me a favor and hold on to this? Please stand over by the microphone over there. And what I want you to do is just put that in your pocket somewhere where you're not going to forget it. and everybody else take out your phones. Now, normally at an event like this, everyone's told to put their phones away, but like I said, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So take your phones out, all right? And what I want everybody to do is to open up to your calculator, and you do the same, open up the calculator right there, okay? And just hold on to that for a second. All right, so everyone, I know it's gonna take a moment because you probably all just shut your phones off for this event, but take your time. The more of you that do this, the more fun it's gonna be. All right, so we're gonna call on a couple of people to help us out here. And you, sir, what's your name? Drew. Drew, please stand up. All right, thanks, Drew. What I'm gonna ask you to do is to think of a date that's special to you. Not your birthday, not something I could have seen on Facebook, but just a random date. Get one in your mind. You have one? Okay? And importantly, we didn't set this up, correct? You didn't know you were gonna do this. We've never met before tonight, correct? Don't sound so happy about that. Okay, so you have your date in mind, yes? I want you to think of it numerically. I mean, this is honoring the financial engineering program, so we're gonna deal with some numbers. Think of it numerically. For instance, if your date were January 31st, 2010, you would think 1/31/2010. Do you have your date numerically in your mind? Month, day, year. Okay, tell everyone in the microphone what your day is numerically, and as he says it, I want you to all enter it into your phone.
05212019.
Wait, say that again?
05212019.
Okay, so 5/21/2009. All right, we got it. 5/21/2009. Great. 2019. That's why I gave him the calculator. All right. All right. So now, everyone, thank you very much. You can take a seat. Everybody hit plus on your calculators. Everyone hit plus, and we'll go to this side of the room as well. Young lady, would you mind standing up and participating? What's your name? Tell everyone your name. Isabella. Thank you, Isabella. Isabella, I want you now to get a date in your mind, okay? And think of it, same thing numerically. Month, day, and year. Do you have one?
I do.
Okay, so everybody hit plus, and
12/17/2019.
12/17/2019. Everyone hit equals. Okay, great, hit equals. All right, and so now everybody should have 173843038. Does everybody have that? All right, did you enter it in wrong? All right, 1738038. No? No? Okay, well, we'll try it again. Okay, what was your date? Tell us again.
0521
0521
2019.
2019. All right, everyone type in 5/21/2019. That was your date, yes? Everybody have that? All right, we'll try it again. And what was your date? Everyone hit plus?
12/17/2019.
Okay, so now everyone should have 173844038. Yes? Are we all there? Okay, great. Again, where's Dan? I know Dan has the calc. Dan's doing this in his head, by the way. Dan, are we correct? Yes? Great. Okay, now what I'd like everybody to do is hit plus, and I want you just to randomly tap the pad, like call it 8 or 9 times. Just tap it randomly. Okay? All right, great. So read into the microphone here. This should be on. Read into the microphone. 1 digit at a time, the random number you just put into the phone. Everyone hit plus.
3. I think.
Is the mic on? All right, analog problem. There we go. All right.
We got 3.
301-301-929-501.
Okay, so everyone type in 301-929-501. All right. Everyone have that? I'll do it one more time. 301-929-501. Does everybody have that? Are we lost? We're lost again. Sir, what was your date? By the way, this was not meant to be a comedy bit at all. But you know what? Entertainment is entertainment. Your date?
5/21/2019.
5, whatever he just said. Everyone put that in their phones, okay? 5/21/2019.
2019.
Plus,
12/17/2019.
okay? Right? Plus Uh-oh, this is really going off the rails, people. All right, what was her number again?
12/17/2019.
2019. Okay. All right, so here, you type it in again. Uh-oh. This worked every time, I promise you. Type in his number. What was your number again?
5212019.
5019. Plus her number. What's her number?
12/17/2019.
12/17/2019. Equals.
Hold on. 1 second. Your phone is
Uh-oh.
freezing.
All right. All right, guys, you know what? I think we're going to move to... We'll try it one last time only because I feel like we have to do this, right? No, not one last time. All right, you know what? We're going to do it. Guys, listen, we're going to do it with different people so you know this wasn't set up. Does the audio people have the microphones working? Yes? Everyone clear your phones out. We're going to get this done, I swear. You pick anyone you want here. Anyone you want. Anyone you want. Just pick someone at a table. Everyone clear your calculators. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do it again because of the, don't worry. It's not your fault. All right. Pick Dan. All right, Dan, give us your number.
11
11
12
12
20
20
11.
11. This is painful. Okay. Plus, all right, Dan, give us another random 6-digit number. Just say it out loud.
6324.
6324.
That's my card pin button.
Okay? So now everyone should have 11128335. Yes? All right, we're getting there. All right. All right, do me a favor. Just tap the pad 9 times. Okay, so you just typed a random number. Everybody hit plus 308 185 204. So plus 308 185 204. Yes? So now everybody should finally have 319313539. Oh my goodness, thank God. Holy cow. By the way, this is supposed to be a 2-minute trick. I'm not just trying to get more time for more fees, I promise.
Brian, was that a magic trick that we all get the same
No,
number?
no, but here's the deal. Everyone keep that number on their phone. I want you to think about this. If the trick didn't screw up, if we had gone as planned, if you had set a different number, Dan, we didn't set this up. Dan would never set this up, right? If you had chosen a different long random number the second time, we would have ended up with a totally different number. If all of these mistakes had never happened, we would have never ended up with this number. I gave you an envelope in the very beginning. Open up that envelope. Inside that envelope, you're going to find a lottery ticket. I want you to think about how random this is. The number we just created would have been different if we didn't mess it up. Read into the microphone. Is this microphone on? The numbers on that lottery ticket. Everybody look at your phones right now.
You ready? 319313539.
And by the way, keep that. It's a real lottery ticket. Drawing's at 10 o'clock. If you win, all I ask is that you donate some of the proceeds to Baruch.
All right.
All right. Well, that's what you can do with an MSFE degree, okay? Very powerful thing. And thank you so much for participating. Round of applause for all of my participating. Round of applause for yourselves for being patient. Now was a lot of fun. Now we're gonna get to what the evening's all about, which is celebrating the students of Baruch. And we're gonna do that with a quick video that hopefully will work first time around.
My family came from the Dominican Republic, and they came for a better life in the United States. My mom had me when she was young. For a single mother with one child, it was really difficult. Education was important to me because I saw it as a way out of poverty, as a way to really support my community and support my family. I wanted to make sure that I have the proper tools to build a better future. The reason I chose Baruch College is for its affordability, its diversity, and its strong public affairs programs.
I'm originally from a small town in Poland. I want to experience more, so I decided to come to New York, which is literally the polar opposite. I was reading about Baruch and I was reading about the science department, and I saw that the average class sizes were much smaller, so the professors could get to know me much better and I could get to know them much better. I'm really glad that I chose Baruch because you really get to know people who have all types of backgrounds.
I'm originally from India and I grew up in Mumbai. The breathing conditions were not the best growing up. I actually ended up losing one of my younger sisters to poor air quality. I started learning about climate change, sustainability. I read about Baruch College. I applied and was selected to be one of the 5 climate scholars. When I think about the opportunities that Baruch has given me in terms of internships and jobs, that's been incredible. The grant that I got, it enabled me to teach high school students about climate change in New York City. And every time doing that enables me to connect with my younger sister. That makes me really happy.
I am a Martin Bagone scholar. To be able to be granted this scholarship was incredible. I can focus on getting internships, networking with my professors, having mentorship. They've put me in assistantships and research opportunities to connect me in conferences. They've really made sure to help and uplift my voice.
I've had 3 major scholarships that have enabled me to continue my education without worrying about my tuition. The biggest opportunity I've gotten was working with one of my professors who hired me into his lab. It's been an amazing opportunity because I've been learning so much.
The people at Baruch, they're first generation, they're people of color, they're low income. A lot of the time, our voices are not represented in a lot of different places, so donors investing in our dream is something that is incredible.
I would love to meet the donors and say thank you for what they've done because I think it's amazing of them to extend this gesture to complete strangers. They're really building future leaders who will achieve great success.
Thinking from where I came from and where I've been able to get, spreading knowledge about climate change really makes me proud. This is the foundation for where I want to go.
I'm proud to say that I'm gonna graduate this semester. My parents, they are beyond proud. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can, not only to support my family, but to also support my community.
To the people who have donated to the Baruch College Fund, anything that I wanted to achieve, I did because of your generous gestures. I would love to meet you one day and say thank you in person, but for now, I will just extend my gratitude this way.
Your money is being used in the best possible way, and the impact that it's having on students like me is something that cannot be put into words.
Thank you for investing in my dreams. Your assistance is something that is helping change entire lives. Thank you for supporting an entire generation of future leaders who are going to change New York City for the better.
Amazing. Amazing. So I want you to think about what we just saw. First generation, talented, hardworking, ambitious young people given an opportunity, changing their own lives, the lives of their families, the lives of their community, and really, frankly, benefiting all of us. I mean, these are 3 stories, but over and over when you speak to Baruch students, you hear these same kind of stories. Now, tonight is a very special evening because we have the ability to raise more money and to really make an impact. And in fact, tonight we have a special donor who has given us a challenge. If we reach $100,000, that donor is going to match 25% all in of whatever we raise. What does that mean? If we get to $100,000, we get $125,000. We get a $25,000 bonus. If we get to 150, we get about 188. If we get to 200,000, we get a bonus of 50,000. So let's try to get to $100,000 this evening. Now, I did the math, and I did it correctly, hopefully beforehand, but I did the math, and if everyone here gave about $170, we would reach that number. So I know that some of you can give 10,000, some of you can give 1,000, some of you can give 500, some of you can give 100. Whatever you can give, if everyone in this room gives something, I guarantee you we're going to reach that goal. Now, there are 3 ways to give. There's a few ways to give, and again, everyone has their phones out, so if that doesn't work, we've got an analog way of doing it as well. The first way to do it is there's a QR code on every single table, and you could click and you could find the QR code, you can get to the website and donate that way. The second way is to text, and I'll go through how to do that in a moment. And the third way is by utilizing the donor card that is on your table. So that's an analog solution. You can fill out that donor card. If you want to text, all you have to do is open up your text, all right? And you see that up here, basically open up your text and text to 4144. I'll say that a few times. 4144, and type in your message, Baruch 23, space, the amount that you want to donate, space, and your name if you want it to appear. We're gonna have a running list. If you wanna be anonymous, you can be anonymous, but just text to 4144, Baruch 23, the amount, space your name, and what you'll do is you will get a text back. You just click on that link and you donate. So you can use the QR code, you can text, or you can utilize the cards that are at your placeholder. I will tell you that unlike my magic trick, we're gonna have people roaming around to help out. So if you do have a question, raise your hand, someone will come by and help you to figure this out. I think we're gonna get a thermometer up here in a moment. We're gonna monitor it throughout the evening. Here we go, and thank you. Hopefully we see these at the end. That's if we get to 100,000. I'm actually gonna demonstrate, if we get it up, how to text. There we go. All right. Look at that. Wow. Okay, this is really setting the bar high already. All right, so again, text, I'll do it right now. We'll text to, I'm probably the wrong guy to do this. 444. All right? You send a text with Baruch 23, space, the dollar amount, oops, and then your name. All right, and let's see if that works. All right, well, you guys are clearly doing it. All right, mine's not working as you would expect. Nonetheless, you can see that the names are coming out. We really appreciate your support. Enjoy your dinner. We'll be coming up throughout the evening to take tabs on where we are. And again, let's get to that $100,000 mark. Thanks again for your time. I hope you enjoyed the trick. I hope you enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back up here to check in throughout the evening. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Brian Resnick.
All right, thanks, everybody. We're going to persevere, because that's what we do at Baruch. It's what I did earlier, and we're going to keep getting there until we get to the $100,000 mark. Can we pull up the thermometer and see where we're at? Wow, 81,000. We're so close. Remember, if we get to 100,000, we get an additional 25% match on the all-in. So let's try to get there. Everyone take your seats. We're going to resume the program in just a moment. But again, thanks to everyone who donated. We're almost there. We're north of 80,000, another 19,000, and we'll get there. Thanks again. We'll be back on later to check in, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Please turn your attention to the video screen.
Dan is one of the most innovative people I know. If he sets his mind to achieve a certain goal, he's going to achieve it. I always think of him as a nephew or a son. I hired him basically right after graduate school, and we've established a relationship that very often we don't even have to speak.
When I think about Dan, 3 words come to my mind: an educator, leader, and communicator.
Dan has that ability to keep people engaged by interjecting humor, by even putting people on the spot through his own humility, putting himself on the spot. So without a doubt, he's someone who can read the room and dominate the room.
Everything is like jumping up and down. You come here, you come here. The Baruch MFP program is Dan.
Dan has got a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant mentality around winning that translates into real empirical evidence. So whether it's the starting salaries, the placement rate, the rankings amongst quant programs, the trading competitions, you name the metric, and Dan is consistently going to be at the top of any of those lists.
Dan's responsible for headlines in the Wall Street Journal that say, sorry, Harvard and Yale, the trading whiz kids are at Baruch. The dedication of his students are all a reflection of Dan's impact and how much Dan has done to help Baruch and to help his program.
Dan is a life changer. Dan cares about your career more than your mother. I wanted to make a career move from credit to equity. So I went back to Dan, and he made it happen for me. I cannot imagine a life path without Dan.
He is like a trusted father figure to not just a couple of these students, but it feels like all of them, which is remarkable.
Dan is the first person I go to when I'm looking to hire. Whether it's someone who is a new grad or someone who has experience, Dan will help.
We have a joke that if we want to hire somebody, we don't have to convince them to come work for us. We have to convince Dan that we're the best fit for them.
I learned that when you put your heart and your mind and you lead from the spine, you can build a strong community and make a lot happen.
Dan's relationship with the students and our alums, it continues every day. He has a mailing list with thousands upon thousands of names, and he probably knows every single one of them, which is amazing.
He knows everybody's class here. He remembers your kids' names or your wife's name. He has a newsletter that he sends out of not just professional updates, but also their personal updates, the weddings, the children that were born. So he takes a very personal approach.
Dan took a chance with me, and that chance that he took changed the course of my life, and for that I'm forever grateful. Dan, this is a celebration of you. Congratulations. We are all so very proud of you.
Dan, I congratulate you for what you've done, for what you're going to do, and I wish you the best.
Dan, congratulations, best wishes, and keep up the good work.
We are all celebrating with you and extremely grateful for all your hard work and commitment since you started the Baruch MFE program. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you for all you have done for the Baruch MFE, for the students, and for me.
Please welcome to the stage Warren Gordon, Chair, Department of Mathematics, and Co-Director, Baruch Master in Financial Engineering Program.
Good evening. I guess my job, besides introducing Dan, is really to explain in a way how we got here. The President Wu, before indicated that our program is #1 in the country. I guess if I give you the names of some of the other programs, you can really appreciate what a tremendous event that is. Schools like Princeton, Berkeley, Courant NYU, Columbia, MIT, Carnegie Mellon, some of the finest research universities in the country. And our program is #1. How did it happen? Well, the short answer is Dan. But there's a little bit more to it, and how did he do it? And in about 2 minutes, I'm going to explain all of that. It all started with an idea when Matthew Goldstein was the president of Baruch. He read this book about quants and financial mathematics, and he had this inspiration. He says, why can't we do this at Baruch? So he went to my dean, Lexa Logue, who's also here this evening. Lexa spoke to me, and we said, all right, let's do it. I need some lines, immediately in order to do it. And I interviewed 2 people. Well, I interviewed a lot of people, but of the 2 who made the cut, one was Dan. Dan's research was in numerical methods at NYU, but he sat in every one of their financial mathematics courses, so he knew the area really, really well. So I thought I'd hire him. A minor difficulty occurred. He suddenly got a postdoc for some place called MIT. We didn't have deferred hiring at the time. We worked together with MIT. We were able to defer his postdoc. So while he was at MIT, we were starting together to work and develop the program. Programs usually take about 2 years at CUNY, from start to the High Board of Education state to certify it. And while he was at MIT, of course, he was involved with the Sloan School of Business, and suddenly all their courses were in his head. And along the way, he got us a new PhD from MIT to join our department, and that was sort of the start. So by the time he got back, we were ready to start the program. I think that was around 2002. And we admitted our first class, and it was a very respectable program. Nothing exceptional, but it was good, and it got better and better and better. This was all Dan's work. He developed an alumni group, But we had two problems. Problem number one is some of the best students were still wanting to go to a named school like Columbia or Princeton. How do we get them? And the second problem is how do we get the industry people to hire Baruch students? Then, if somebody would go to an interview, they would say, oh, you're from Baruch, huh? Now, they say, oh, you're from Baruch. I mean, there's a big difference. But how did this happen? Well, Dan realized that we need to do two things. We need to bring a couple of well-known professionals into the department. He recruited Jim Gatherall and Andrew Lesniewski, both of whom had great experience in the financial world and were looking to make a change and go to an academic environment. He brought in some of the top financial people working out there who understood what needed to be done. And in order to get the recognition, we started teams competing with the Rothman competition, some other competitions, one at MIT, and we started winning them all. And suddenly, we became very desirable. You saw in the little newspaper article that Baruch essentially, I think it was the Times or the Wall Street Journal. Actually, the article was different when it first came out. In the international edition, the article said, hey, watch out, Harvard, Baruch's eating your lunch. It's incredible what he's done. And to top it off, we have one of the strongest alumni networks that I've ever seen. And it's through the alumni that our students really do well. They're mentored by our alumni. They're offered internships and positions through our alumni. And this is all through Dan's work. He's an incredible person. He puts incredible energy into our program, and I'm very pleased to have him as a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Dan Stefanica.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for contributing to making this Bernard Baruch Dinner a great success. Thank you. Thank you, Max. So let us start by making it clear that this is not about me. It's about our Baruch MFE program and Baruch MFE community. And I will start by asking our 90 alumni in the room to please stand up and be acknowledged. Every single one of you, please stand up. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, what makes our program really special, and what's really special to me, is our Baruch MFE alumni community. And, well, the fact that we have these many alumni here, the fact that 259 contributed to the financial success of the gala tonight out of 445 alumni all time, like 20 years. 445, 259 contributed tonight. I mean, that's a quantitative way to see the strength of our community. But the fact that we had alumni who graduated in 2005 who came from Chicago, like one day only, take a day off from work, come here to celebrate with our community, it's really very special. And it's the bedrock of the strength of our program, because these alumni are both ambassadors for us. They work for firms that just want to clone them, to get more and more of them. But they also support our students at any time that is needed. And I can tell you an interesting story. I was at the Rodman Trading Competition, which we dominate, in 2014. And this is Saturday morning, the second day of the competition. One of our students is going to interview on Monday at a firm, let's call it JP Morgan Stanley, so you don't know which one it is. And he needs help. I mean, I know the team. I would like to learn more about the team. I sent an email to one of our alumni, a young lady who works at JP Morgan in a team adjacent. And I ask for information. I say, we can actually, what can you tell me? And she says, let's get on the phone now. And I say, well, it's Saturday morning, I'm in Toronto. We can actually talk on Monday. The interview was not on Monday, it was a couple days later. And she says, no, I'm going on vacation on Monday, let's talk now. So we talk now. Now, on Monday morning, another one of our alumni sends me an email telling me that that particular student got married over the weekend. So on her wedding day, she got married on Saturday. She wanted to talk to me on Saturday morning because her honeymoon was starting on Monday, but she wanted to talk to me and tell me about the group and what our student would be best positioned to do. Now, to top it all off, she got married to another one of our alumni. I had no idea that, so this is Baruch MFE in one, in one story. Now, I have a personal story as well. Warren inspired me. I learned from an early age that doing math when you walk on the street is a recipe for damaging poles or hitting people. It's really not good. So for a very early age, like middle school, I decided that I do math at my desk. When I walk on the street, I interact with people. It's different. However, I found myself, it was my final year of PhD, I found myself reading Siam News while walking on the street, which again, I never before nor since did. And I almost, of course, as predicted, I almost hit a tree. As I was reading the announcement of the opening at Baruch College in the mathematics department, for something that literally to me, my reaction was, oh, why did I advertise this? This is my role, this is my position. Why do we need? And then I almost hit the tree, but that's exactly how I came at Baruch. I read, Warren doesn't even remember posting that in Siam News. I read it in Siam News, which was completely out of character for me to read something on the street. And it was my position. And that was just, and now we are here. I want to say something to my children. Now you know why I'm not around you as much as I should. And I hope you appreciate it. Although, again, that I'm working on actively. And I'm going to leave you with, so everything is about our Baruch MFE alumni community. However, there's something much larger at play. Over the past 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, I've heard from many people in industry that they are regarding Baruch College students, not just Baruch MFE students, but Baruch College students in general, as people who are successful in finance, in quantitative finance or finance in general. So there is this halo effect, which is possibly the most marvelous thing that has happened thanks to our Baruch MFE alumni community, that everyone at Baruch is regarded slightly higher or a lot higher in terms of the desirability for firms to hire. So once you make Baruch College a brand name in finance, which it is right now, then it's our great privilege as the Baruch MFE alumni community to contribute to make it greater and greater, making it the better and making it the best. Thank you.
Please turn your attention to the video screen.
When I fell in love with Eric, we were both so young, and he was just caring and fun and sweet right from the start. He grew up in Brooklyn in low-income projects. He would work all day, and he was in Baruch at night. He was very determined.
He is the example of the American dream. He's a man that came from nothing, who, between hard work, a good education, and determination, you can make it in America. And he has done that by working hard and being committed to his profession, as well as to his family and friends.
He is an action-oriented leader. He's definitely wicked smart. He has a tremendous amount of empathy and caring about the perspectives and the feelings and beliefs of other people as well.
When you come to him with not only the problem and solutions to that problem, many times he's 2 steps ahead of you as he's always forward-thinking.
He's a very talented person in many ways and fun to be with. We were looking for someone that would help us out after the financial crisis. And after a long, tedious process, it was very clear that Eric was the person for us. He knew what to do. And he is leaving the organization in such great shape. And so I admire him from the day he started till the day he retires.
His investment strategies have been absolutely phenomenal, and he has a very diverse team. He doesn't just talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. He lives diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Eric is accountable for the success of Aflac Global Investments. He's built out a world-class platform. He attributes his success within the business world to the education that he got from Baruch.
He has a very good memory of his experience. He understands where Baruch students are coming from. So he knows that we are trying to be successful, but we need mentors like Eric to help us make that extra step.
Baruch helped him become the person that he is.
He never forgot where he came from, and that guided him his entire life.
He doesn't just give financially, he gives his time, he gives his energy, everything that we work with him on, he gives 100%.
Eric has always been very positive about hiring from Baruch College because he knows that Baruch puts out great students, and giving them the chance to come into a world-class asset management platform is something that brings a smile to his face.
The biggest lesson that Eric taught me is that not to be afraid.
He always had that positive side to him, and that has taught me so much about giving things a chance.
He's been a tremendous friend.
He has your back, and he's the type of person who's there when you need someone.
Eric has been able to take a chance on me. He always has my back, and he also has the back of all of his employees. And so I thank Eric for that. Eric, I just want to congratulate you. You're deserving of this acknowledgement by Baruch. I just want to say thank you.
I wish you and Lori and your family nothing but the best in your retirement. Thank you for all you've given me, and thank you for what you've given to Aflac.
I want to really thank you for being my mentor. When I met you, I felt like I won the lottery, and you make every moment a blessing.
Congratulations, have fun, you deserve it, and we love you.
We love you, Eric. You're an amazing person, and I'm getting very teary-eyed because you deserve this so much. Congratulations.
I could thank you for the past 42 years of being strong, wonderful, caring, compassionate. You are the best, and I hope we could do this again in another 40 years.
Eric, it is my distinct honor to present you with Baruch College's Distinguished Alumnus Award. Congratulations.
Please welcome to the stage Dov Gertzelin, Baruch College Fund Trustee.
Thank you. I'm Dov Gertzelin, a trustee of Baruch College and member of the investment committee. For the last 8 years, I've worked closely with Eric through all sorts of challenging times, and he's been an exceptional leader at the investment committee. He led us to top quartile performance through a pandemic and through many global events that we read about in the newspaper on a daily basis. Eric's wisdom, experience, high professional standards that everyone who knows him is well aware of, and down-to-earth attitude, always remembering he started at Baruch, like so many others in this room, is admired by everyone who knows him. He's been a great co-chair, personal friend, and most importantly, friend of Baruch College. Eric consistently gives back to the school, even with his significant business and family responsibilities, mentoring students. He also was a really big supporter of the Baruch Investment Management Group. I don't know if anyone from the group is here tonight, but he made sure the students, it would be really important for them to have their own fund, to have real life experience and manage capital, and he was a big champion of them. So Eric, and I should also mention Eric was generous to give the school an important scholarship with his wife Lori. to help students at Baruch. So Eric, it's my honor to present you with the much-deserved Distinguished Alumnus Award.
We don't want to rewind. Phew, that's the first time I'm seeing that, just so you all know, and that was unbelievable. That was awesome. Thank you all. I'm blown away. Dove, thank you so much for presenting me with the award. And I think you've just learned that Dove and I co-chaired the investment committee for about 5 years. In more ways than one, Dove is responsible for getting me even further engaged with Baruch. Our friendship and partnership mean the world to me. Thank you, buddy. Now I realize the only thing between you and getting home or the dessert bar, which by the way, there's a great surprise there. Thank you, Buzzy, for that. But I do have a few words I want to say, so please bear with me, and I promise to end before the Academy Award buzzer goes off. First, I want to start with a round of applause again for my co-host, Dan, my co-honoree, Dan. Dan, you are tremendous, and your program and successful students prove that. You and your students kick ass. So keep up that great work and keep making us very, very proud. Thank you, Dan. I also want to recognize the Baruch team responsible for pulling off this great evening. Alyssa Ramos, our events coordinator, Angela Camacho, Laura Kotkin, and David Shanton. Their leadership and guidance has been awesome, and thank you so much. Another round of applause for them. Now let me start with a number of thank yous and brief introductions. First, I want you to meet my wonderful family. My wife, Lori, who you just met on the video. My son, Jared. My daughter, Stacy. My daughter-in-law, Shelby. And my sister-in-law, Audrey. And while not here tonight because it's past her bedtime, my incredible 22-month-old granddaughter, Skylar. To say that I am proud and a in-love grandparent would be an understatement. But on my introduction list, last but not least, please meet my mother-in-law, Marilyn Weisberg. She is the matriarch of the family, and while I won't say her age, though I would guess that she's the oldest here, but the wisest one here, and we are blessed to have her here sharing in this moment. And if anybody would like to go out dancing after this, she'll gladly come. But let me again thank my wife, Lori. We've been married almost 40 years. And she's allowed me to pursue my ambitions and my dreams. And while I hope and believe that I threaded the needle taking care of my family, Lori certainly did. In light of the many long hours of working, education, including going at night, my charitable endeavors, she has been by my side along with all of my family. I love you all. Thank you. I also want to thank my friends, many of whom are here tonight, who have supported me. But in particular, I want to thank Kenny and Ann Nahum, who you saw in the video. They are amazing and generous people. Lori and I are blessed to have them as great friends. I am personally convinced that they are angels placed here on earth, and they certainly are our role models. Thank you, guys. We love you and your entire family. Thank you. I want to thank Helen Mills, president of the Baruch College Fund, David Wu, president of Baruch. I also want to thank Stuart Shikiar, who's been a great trustee and a great mentor, and was the person who actually asked me to be the honoree tonight on behalf of everybody, so I thank him for that. And I also want to thank all of the trustees who also bestowed upon me this great honor. I am sincerely humbled by that. Your leadership is incredible and exemplifies your dedication to supporting Baruch and its students. I am fortunate to be part of this team. Now let me thank AFLAC and their generous support and the attendance of my colleagues, some of whom are Baruch alum. And a big thank you to Dan Amos, who you got to meet, our CEO. He's an amazing man who gave me this challenge, an opportunity to build and run global investments, and an opportunity to finish my full-time career at this great company. I also want to thank Teresa White, who you met in the video. Teresa and I and my wife have become close personal friends. We share so many bonds in our background, how we were brought up, and our passion to succeed. Teresa, you know what you mean to me. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for your friendship. And you all got to meet John Shalhoub as well in the video, him and I go back 20 plus years to Deutsche Bank, where we worked together, and he came with me on this journey at AFLAC, and he's just been a tremendous partner and certainly a huge part of our success. So thank you, John. I also want to thank Rob Capito, the president of BlackRock, and the BlackRock team for agreeing to be on the dinner committee. His support and their support means a lot and made a big difference. Many thanks to all of the business partners and asset managers who I have known for many years and the great partnerships we have formed, and many of them are here tonight. Your support of Baruch and being here tonight means the world to me and to the institution. And there are many here tonight who have worked with me, or who've worked for me, or who I have competed against. Your support and friendship is phenomenal. Thank you so much. Now let me say a few words from my heart. I think you learned a lot about me in the video, and I am humbled by the kind words. You know, over a 40-year career and probably 15 years of charitable giving back in one form or another, I don't do this for accolades. But when you hear distinguished people in the video talk about you, or get asked by this distinguished slate of Baruch trustees to be honored, you can step back for a moment and reflect and say, maybe I did do something right. Your words tell the story better than I can, but I do what I do because it's the right thing to do, and it comes from my heart. Now about me. It's really pretty simple. I'm a kid from Brooklyn. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects, in the streets, and I learned that hard work, motivation, passion, doing the right thing would guide me. And that set me on my journey for which Baruch played an important part. I had no money. I had no mentors to speak of, just something in my gut that said, get an education to build my foundation, then go out there and kick some ass. In other words, work hard, be a great leader, bring others along with you, give back, and good things will happen. My journey, while a mountain to climb, has been an incredible adventure. Having said that, I love supporting Baruch, helping our institution and the students who look just like me. My goal is to give them every confidence they will succeed and have journeys as well. In fact, let me say congratulations to all the students here tonight and our entire student population. You are the ones who inspire us, and we are here to honor you, actually. So thank you all for what you do. In closing, from this kid from Brooklyn, thank you again for this great honor. It is truly a dream come true. Have a great night, everybody, and thank you.
Congratulations again to Eric and Dan, two incredible honorees. We're going to pull up the thermometer one more time. $84,000. I know desserts here is a little bit more time. If we can try to get to the 100,000, that would be great. Thanks again, everyone, for a wonderful evening, and enjoy dessert.